Hi guys, just a quick look at the Icom IC-R71E and the Kenwood R-5000, just a quick comparison again. This is on SSB on the 40 metre band on LSB. I just noticed that the some of the B section on the LSB, they're slightly away, worn away sort of thing. Not worn away, but not quite showing. The bottom half of the B is slightly faint. That's what you get with old radios and stuff.
Good signal luckily from you. But you're doing well anyhow with this condition. So thank you.
So, comparing the two radios, sort of a preference of mine. I think the audio recovery is slightly better from the Kenwood. The Kenwood does a slightly better job, and when I say slightly, I mean very slightly. So the audio recovery is slightly better on the Kenwood, very slightly, and sometimes it isn't. So more often than not, it's slightly better, but some of the time it isn't. Mostly it is on AM and SSB. Now the Icom hasn't got FM as standard, which is a bit of a down point on it. It would be better if the Icom had FM, but wasn't a big thing at the time. The Kenwood's obviously got FM as standard. As far as I know, it was a standard. It's like in all of them, as far as I know. Again, I think there might be a narrow FM option. But this has got no FM option. I'm not sure actually, but this is the FM option is installed in this, if it is an option. The Icom I've got standard. It's got no extra filters. It's got wide and narrow filters and no FM board. It just does function FM, turns to FM, then goes back. I think. No, it just comes up blank like that. So, as I say, the Kenwood, has got slightly better audio, in my opinion, and that's only because I would say that the sensitivity is about the same. And I don't even know if the audio is... I think it's just the audio recovery. In other words, it sounds more legible, intelligible, or whatever the word is. More... Yeah, you can hear what they're saying more easily. Intelligible, I think the word is. More of that slightly noisier signal. Maybe slightly more sensitive on the Icom, maybe. The signal meter is a bit lazy on the Icom, but signal meters are only a representation anyway, or sort of an opinion of the radio. They're not calibrated to a professional standard. The Kenwood seems to have more, but then it sort of stops about S10 over, 10 dB over, or 20 dB over, sort of its maximum. I haven't transmitted next to it yet. I might transmit next to it and see what the needle goes to. I did a whole video on this and was posted it on YouTube, then took it down because I was saying that the Icom's really, really noisy compared to the Kenwood, and I had the filter on wide. Of course, it's going to sound noisy with the wide filter on. That's the good thing about this. It's got the auto filter, so it puts it on narrow on SSB, wide on AM, narrow on SSB. All standard on auto. Really good idea. The Icom you can forget, and you can did like I did yesterday, make an entire video with it on wide. Yeah, they're very, very close in audio. I can't even put my finger on it, but I think the Kenwood just sounds nicer sometimes, and like I said, it's more, you can hear more of the actual speech sometimes. So it's a better audio from the Kenwood, but surprise, surprise, it's renowned for having good audio. So, but the Icom's not bad, but again, surprise, surprise, Icom, in my opinion, have been known to be, I found about 6 Icoms now, and they've all been a little on the noisy side, in my opinion, again. But very similar. Again, these radios, extremely similar radios. Extremely similar radios, very close to each other. Look at the display. The display is almost a carbon copy. That one's on, yeah, That one's the dimmer's on the left-hand one. The dimmer's not so intense on this one, but yeah, slightly more legible on the Kenwood. I think the display is a bit farther forward to the actual screen. This is set back a little bit, but exactly the same display. I would probably bet money they're made in the same factory, because even the way it says VFO or VFOA on this one, the A is missing off the top left-hand side of that. But yeah, the VFO thing's almost exactly the same as well. So anyway, so very similar display. The thing that I do prefer by a long shot on the Icom is the tuning method. The VFO is smooth. This is tighter. Should have locked it then to keep it on the same frequency, but this is tighter. Where's F-lock? It's just a bit fiddly on this. It's tighter VFO even on the slackest setting. But it's smooth like butter, and this is smooth like butter on the Icom as well. The Icom's plastic, so it's got a nicer feel because it's like milled aluminium or something. But I prefer tuning around on the Icom by a long shot, because if you've got the keypads easy to use, much more legible than grey, dark brown, light grey. Contrast isn't very good in the background, and you have to press enter first, and it's not a standard numeric layout of a keypad like it is on this one. More standard layout of a keypad, sort of 3x3 or 3x4. This is a 5x2, not quite as recognisable and ergonomic as this style of keypad. The buttons and functions pretty much very similar. The switches are all similar. The attenuate's probably slightly nicer on this, and like I mentioned, the filter selectivity is probably slightly nicer because it's got the auto. This has got a preamplifier. Also, you can turn the AGC off, which is 2 pluses this hasn't got. So that's, this has got a clock there, but whoopee-doo, it's a clock. Actually 2 clocks there, but that's not so it's not so important these days. But it's a nice little feature to have, I suppose. Build quality is about the same. To be fair, very good on both, as you expect from the era and from the manufacturers. I would say the Kenwood's probably slightly got it, because this bezel's actually aluminium or steel, and this bezel's actually plastic, so slightly better build quality, only marginally though. That's it guys for now. That's just my opinion. I've had this radio about 8 days or something like that, so yeah, that's my opinion on it. So yeah, very similar radios in form, function, performance, build quality. The year they came out, this was about 5 years earlier. 86 to 96, I think. So 88 or 86 to 96, and this would have been 85, something like that, maybe. So yeah, about very similar, and right up to about 93, I think, 94. So yeah, very similar era as well. So that's it guys. It's really hard to choose. If you had to choose between these two, I'd probably choose the Icom, because I'm an Icom fanboy. So, and the Kenwood's just needs to be in the collection. I prefer the colour of the Kenwood. Kenwood colour's gorgeous. That sort of gunmetal grey is beautiful. The Icom looks a bit uglier, I like to say, but it isn't. It's more of a, I don't know how to describe it, more technical looking machine tool radio, and this is something that is designed to look a bit prettier, in my opinion again. Okay guys, although I did say in one of my videos I prefer the look of that, but I didn't own this one at the time, so side by side the Kenwood's a bit prettier, and the Icom's a bit more of an industrial or technical sort of look, or professional radio look. That's my opinion. Okay guys, that's it for now. I've rambled on enough. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos coming soon.
Good evening, 73 Oscar Yankee 1 Romeo. Nonsense, I'm sorry on that, Jan. 5 Bravo, or something similar. 5 Bravo.